Hi, Jack Bosch here. Hey, and as I promised in my email, I want to share some great news, actually a legal update with you. Now, I'm not an attorney and I don't play one on television. I want to make that very clear at the beginning right away. And so I am not really qualified to give you legal advice, and I'm not giving you legal advice. However, at the same time, a lot of you have asked me about what the deal with that seller financing rule that's supposed to be coming out anytime, and there's lots of rumors going on that you can't sell properties with seller financing anymore, or you have to jump through all kinds of hoops or things like that. So I went and researched it. As a matter of fact, I also hired my attorney or called my attorney and asked him about it. He had also heard about it. We talked about it, and here's what I believe as a non-attorney, not giving the legal advice, is what here's what I came up with basically. So again, this is not legal advice and I'm not an attorney, but here's the situation. So there is a HUD rule or a HUD law basically out there that was issued in 2008 by George W. Bush's government. And he went and basically he went and issued that rule just before, or issued that law just before he basically went out on his Texas ranch. Now, at the same, what does the rule say? Now, the rule says the following. Basically it's a rule that says that within 2 years from the time that they issued that, meaning it was issued somewhere in June or July of 2008, so basically by July 31st, 2010, every state in the Union, every state in the United States should have a law on their books, and the laws obviously can vary a little bit because each state can issue that law differently, that regulates seller financing in real estate. Okay, so far so good. So what they came up with is they put up a guideline together. They put up basically an exemplary law that many states have just adopted that in pretty much the same way. And I so far have not seen many states, or any for that matter, that have really changed it a lot. Now they might be possible, and that might have an effect on what we do. But here's the good news. Here's what the law says. It says that if you do seller financing, you have to work either through a mortgage broker or you have to be a mortgage broker. That's pretty much as simple as it is, right? You have to be a mortgage professional or you have to work through a mortgage professional. Now, that means that for anyone that falls under that category, under that rule, they have to do a lot more work now. They have to actually jump through some hoops, and they have to find somebody in every deal that they do, that they want to do seller financing. They have to basically have it signed off by a mortgage professional, or they have to become one themselves. And that often requires a license and so on. But here is the great news for you as a land for pennies investor. The deal, I looked at it in detail. This rule specifically includes anything that falls under the definition of dwelling. Now, the rule has adopted the Regulation Z definition of what is a dwelling. And a dwelling is defined as any structure from 1 to 4 units that basically, if attached or non-attached or something like that. Basically, it might include mobile homes, but it does not include land only. Basically, they're very specific that land only, unimproved land, just the land that I teach you to buy and sell for pennies on the dollar, that you buy for 5 to 25% of market value and turn around and sell at market value, that kind of land is not included in the definition of this rule. That means that this what's called the SAFE Act has zero implications for you as a land investor. I know for the last half a year, I've been asked so many questions about this, and now finally my attorney came back with me, I researched it and so on, and this is what I came to a conclusion. Now, I would strongly recommend that you go and check this out yourself. There is actually a link below this video in the blog text here. There's a link to the actual regulation that you can go and check this out, and you can read it for yourself. And somewhere under paragraph C or D or so, it exactly shows what is included and what is not, what is excluded. And now, can I guarantee that all the states are going to adopt that in the same way? Absolutely not. I'm not a legislator. I don't know anything what the states do. But I know, for example, that states like Wisconsin or so have adopted adopted it pretty much the exact same way. I know that many states have adopted it the exact same way, and chances are the state legislatures, unless there's somebody that really wants to make it a point to change it, they're not going to change it a whole lot. Yet at the same time, you want to check what that law says in your individual state. But the good news is, with the land for penny system, you can invest anywhere you want from anywhere you want. Meaning you can sit in California and invest in Florida. You can sit in Arizona and invest in Wyoming. You can sit in Wyoming and invest in Hawaii. It doesn't matter where. So if you don't like the way that a state has implemented that, you just go into another state and apply the land profit generator techniques right there and then. So therefore, it is really as easy as that. Most states have put that law in there on their books with not many changes, and therefore you as a land investor are not affected by that. Yoo-hoo! That's great news, because there's a lot of concern about that. Okay, that's just all I'm going to give you in my kind of like semi-layman's legal update. This is not advice, this is not legal advice. You should check it out, but based on my research, I think we are just fine. Okay, see you later. Please make sure you come back to this blog on a regular basis. I have lots of updates, lots of notes, everything I do that everything I do here is being posted on the blog. So looking forward to seeing you back here very soon. I gotta get out because I'm heading out to Las Vegas right now, and then I'm gonna spend a week in, where is it? San Diego. So I'm gonna have spend some great time with my family. Okay, see you later. Bye bye.